Forgive our mess, but this is the baby's room and we're moving. Anyway, the lock mechanism, you just pull this out and you can easily lift that. But to close it, you need to pull this back to lock it. It stops here. You can't swing it the other way. And there's nothing to stop the bottom. But it's sturdy in the door. Oh, I pulled really hard, much harder than a baby would. But this is super narrow. The door itself is super narrow. This is a pretty standard bin. And it takes up the whole amount of space almost. There's only that much left.
Mounted to, in this case, a door jamb. In this configuration, it's a purely pressure-mounted system. The rubber feet butt up against the door jamb on both sides and below. This is fine for application in this current configuration in this doorway, whereby if a kid pushes it down, not much can happen to him other than a few bumps and bruises. But in a safety-critical application, such as at the top of the stairs, you would want to use the plastic cups and screws supplied to hold the gate much more securely. The screw goes through the hole and into the wood or stud and prevents the gate from being pulled down and toppling. Here the plastic cup is installed and the rubber foot inserted into it. The gate is much more secure, not as likely to collapse and allow a toddler to fall downstairs. The installation kit comes with 4 plastic cups and screws, as well as directions on how to properly mount the plastic cups. You would obviously not want to go into drywall with these, preferring rather to go into a stud if you were going to mount at the top of stairs.
Okay, 2 out of 5 stars because this is not secure. And I can't make this tighter because otherwise this would not pass through. Also, this is slightly agate. And I could overlook this if this was actually secure. So I got this for my 2-year-old and 7-year-old who is autistic, because these gates, though very secure, is now too small for my 7-year-old who can now step over the gate. And if I make it higher, the space between it allows my 2-year-old to crawl underneath it.
Here you go. If you want to close it, you could just push it down. Not as easy as the old model, but not hard either. Just have to get used to it.
So this is the baby gate that we have in the doorway of my daughter's bedroom. It is pretty tall. I did have it pressured onto the door frame. Bless you. And she's been shaking it, does not come loose. Like, you would really have to pull it. But I did this so that way I could still close her bedroom door, and it still has it. And I did keep the extending piece just for if we move again and we have to add to extend it. It would go pretty wide. Here's the baby gate. This you pull, you lift this up, and boom. It's actually complicated for a toddler to figure out, but for reference, I'm 5'6", and it's pretty tall. Also, it's very, very sturdy. So yeah, love it. Recommend.
It's a tall gate at the bottom of the stairs. It's really easy to install. Just kind of tighten and loosen as needed on both sides, top and bottom. The extra height is great for my tall toddler. You can simply open and close it and lock it like that.
Don't get on. I'm not going to get on it, I know, because you're not supposed to do that for the first couple of days.